Good morning, everyone. My name is Clayton Hallett. I'm joined here with Joel Bellavance at the Ivor Dent Sports Complex in Edmonton, Alberta, to bring you an open division matchup in our quarterfinals brought to you by Explore Edmonton. The field we're playing on this morning is our VC Showcase field, where you can catch more games today along with our finals. This morning, this is a quarterfinal matchup between Ottawa's Phoenix and Alberta's Flatball Club, AFC. Just behind us, we're facing towards the parking lot. We're right in the middle of two fields, and just behind us, we'll be giving you updates. Is another quarterfinal between General Strike and Blackfish. That's Winnipeg's General Strike and Vancouver's Blackfish. But we'll give you updates as we hear things and in the lulls. But this morning, we're focusing on a rematch of the 2018 Open Final between these two teams, where Phoenix came out on top with a gold medal in that game. So you'll know both teams will have something to prove in this game. Joel, what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, really looking forward to a great match here between two really, really good teams who've, they've ended up facing each other, and last year had played each other in the finals, and now we're facing an elimination game. One of these teams will not actually make the semifinals at this tournament, so definitely a high stakes game, and lots of really talented athletes on both teams, and both teams have been in positions like this before, and I'm expecting a really, really good game today.
Okay, so Phoenix with the pull, that's going to allow an inbounds. And they're coming down in a person defense. AFC setting up a horizontal stack and running an ecstasy play. 14, Seb Toth. Finds, oh, that's the wrong number. Lindsay. There's that out for JR. But he's able to bring that in as the disc falls just a little short. Phoenix picking up. Turner. Not getting any options. Great defense there by AFC, taking away those unders, high stall count. And throwaway by Phoenix. Bedard now. Young Bedard picks up the disc. He has Vogel. Vogel looking to Bedard into double coverage. Hold on to it. Finds Hochalter, who goes back to young Bedard. And I say young Bedard, pretty neat thing happening here on AFC. That was Alexander Bedard with the goal. His father, Eric Bedard, is captaining AFC and playing this weekend.
Yeah, that's so great to see them both out here competing, and the Hochalter brothers as well. And wow, that was I think AFC is known as sort of a pretty aggressive team offensively. They really like to take a lot of huck looks, and we saw a great around backhand huck there to open space, and it was just a bit too far for the receiver, but definitely kudos to them for playing great defense and sort of causing a turnover on the first throw there. That's not how the Phoenix D-line, I'm sure, would want to start with their first opportunity at a break, but great defense from AFC after the turn.
So Phoenix O-line here, we saw a lot out of Ellis, number 30 yesterday out there.
Yeah.
We found them to be a pretty smooth offensive line facing off against Blackfish on our last time we streamed them on this field.
Yeah, you're definitely going to see a lot of Bevan. Bevan's their main handler here. He's going to be getting the disc in the middle of the field. And Boucher, we saw him both around the disc and striking deep a lot. So excited to see Phoenix O-line here go to work.
Ellis to Bevan. Back to Ellis. He's looking for options. Doesn't have any. Finds Bevan again. Bevan in the middle now. Over to Ellis. And Ellis is able to break through to Ring. And Boucher with the backhand jack. Contested catch. Big Sky. by the Phoenix player. That's number 95, Jeremy Hill.
Wow, right at the back of the end zone there. Dave Hochhalter, really great player, getting in good position. I thought he had great position there, but fantastic grab by Phoenix. Wow. It's going over the top and plucking that out before Dave could get his hand on it. So. And I think Clay, this is probably what we're going to see. We're going to see some nice offensive holds.
Yeah, absolutely. So our score is 1-1.
Yeah, Boucher with a nice IO backhand. Left-handed player, so the angles are a little bit different for him. But, yeah, getting a nice IO. It hung up a little bit, but sometimes average throws require good catches or vice versa.
So there's two other quarterfinals happening this morning. Furious George is playing Hound, and Goat is playing Quake. We can see those fields off in the distance. If we do get updates from those, we'll let you know. So Phoenix Pole is going to land inbounds. Fielded by Toth. To Bedard. Finds Toth. And Phoenix seems to be throwing a matchup look with a poach in the lanes. But AFC able to move that disc quickly. Bedard now. He finds Toth. Goes over to Lindsay. And there's a travel called on Seb Toth, so that will go back. Toth looking for Bedard as he stumbles, so he goes around to Lindsay. Back to Toth. Just got about half field. And that pass sails over the intended receiver. But there's enough traffic there, and AFC is able to reel that in.
Yeah, Tyler Hochhalter, heads-up play, coming out of the stack, identifying that he could go and grab that disc that just sailed over the intended receiver's head. And good movement there from Bedard and Seb in the backfield. It's nice seeing those two. They look pretty confident with the disc. And for those who don't know, some of these AFC players, Seb Toth has been a longtime member of the Edmonton Ultimate community and was also a Furious George player for many years and represented Canada at the 2012 World Championships. Yeah, really cool to see him playing again. I'm sure he's been a huge asset to this AFC team.
So no breaks so far. We've only had some holds. Score is 2-1 for AFC.
Yeah, conditions are so different from yesterday. So this is kind of nice to see. Pretty calm wind. I think it's only around 10 kilometers an hour, and we're going to see some great ultimate today for sure.
AFC Pole is going to land inbounds. Ring picks up to Bevan. Bevan swings it out to Ellis. Back to Bevan. Phoenix being patient with their offense. Colic. Bevan in the middle. Around to Ring. So Phoenix here electing not to take the big shots, just working on value right now as Arsenault finds Hill, but there's a pick out of that vertical stack, as happens with many vertical stacks. So they just discuss, the players are discussing where they should be positioned. Our observer crew helping out with that. Arsenault still goes to Hill. Hill flips it back to Arsenault. Field's a little wet this morning. We're gonna see some tripping. Arsenault streaking up the line, knocking on the doorstep, and he finds Hill with the little dish. Phoenix holds 2-2.
Yeah, nice offensive point there. Both teams just playing person-to-person defense and really just making each other work, and Arsenault just deciding to sort of take over that point. Looks like he's moving pretty well today and was just able to get open every other pass, basically.
So if I turn around, the score is currently 1-1 in the General Strike Blackfish game. So they're moving a little bit slower at the moment. So AFC O-line, you've got Toth, Lindsay, Bedard, who have so far been the main playmakers for AFC this morning. But not going to count out guys like John Russell, JR.
Yeah, and Tyler Hochhalter with a goal and an assist already in the game.
Oh, yeah. So Bedard goes to pick up that out-of-bounds pull. Oh, we have an offside call. So if for those of you joining us that aren't familiar with offside calls, if a team crosses the line before they pull or before the disc is released on the pull, each team gets their own warning, and upon a subsequent offside, the receiving team will have to take the disc from the middle of their end zone, while the pulling team is penalized by allowing the receiving team to take the disc from midfield. So that onside pull is fielded by Toth up to Bedard. Oh, and into traffic. Dave Hochhalter is going to have a tough one with that, as there were many Phoenix players around him, just sort of surrounded him as he tried to make that catch. Cantal, at a high stall count, just puts it up, as he could not connect with his dump.
Once again, AFC playing really, really good defense right after the turn and forcing a one throw turnover out of the Phoenix D-line. Once again, that's
something you need out of your O-line. You need that ability.
Definitely. That's the kind of pressure that's really important after you turn the disc.
Toth. Again, seeing this patient offense from AFC. High stall count, is able to find Eric Bedard, but we have a stall violation, no contest, so that went to stall 10, turnover. So Froats takes his time, hearing the Phoenix sideline, letting their team know not to rush it. Froats goes to Peng Lin. And injury called as a number 50, Sean Fortowski, went down there.
Just like yesterday, we see Boucher subbing in for Phoenix. Someone they really trust with the disc.
Peng Lin smiling as he's coming up. I think he wanted to get that point.
Phoenix 15 feet out from an important break here.
Phoenix with the break, our first of the game. They now lead 3-2. So let's see I'm sure we'll see a response from AFC here, who have been showing pretty chilly offense, but we saw there some excellent kind of swarming D by Phoenix and taking away those unders. Maybe they've noticed that AFC is electing not to huck, and sometimes an offensive line needs to establish that they are going to throw deep. And they're willing to, so that gets respected. And sometimes if you play a little too chilly, a little too safe, the defense doesn't believe you're going to throw deep. They take away the unders and can force high stall count turnovers, just like we saw on that point.
Yeah, good defensive pressure from Phoenix there, able to get a stall count violation on Seb Toth, right outside the end zone.
Some rather belligerent person on the stream is demanding Michigan take the field. Haven't seen him out yet. Cut his teeth playing at the University of Victoria.
Here we go, back into the action. Phoenix with the pole.
So Hochhalter centers that to Bedard. Bedard finds Lindsay. And Lindsay looking for JR. Called in bounds. And AFC with the goal. And just like that, after talking about it, AFC decides to open up with a big huck play. And John Russell, so quick, and just explodes on that strike and is able to get a big separation on his defender for that goal. We are tied at 3s.
Yeah, what a great, well-executed offensive pull play. Bedard hitting a nice under on a sort of middle-in-the-middle play. And then JR just streaking deep from the far side of the field, able to grab that one just at the back of the end zone. And that's always nice to see from your offensive line after they've been broken, just to see them come out, 3 passes, goal, really well-executed point. And hopefully this AFC D-line can get some momentum from that and get the down 1 break in the game. And Phoenix, of course, looking to respond. And we haven't seen too many defensive changes yet in terms of, we're still just seeing a lot of person-to-person defense, but interested to see if any adjustments come out here.
So AFC pull. Lands in bounds after it floats for quite a long time. It's Ring with the disc. Goes around to Ellis. Ellis finds Boucher in the middle. Seeing kind of a slough defense here by AFC. Trying to get in the way in the middle. Hill now. Found Colick, who goes back to Hill. Back to Colick. 10 feet outside of the end zone now. The Colick-Hill show. So Hill with that goal from Colick, taking over that point with a few give-goes up the open side. 4-3 Phoenix.
Yeah, nice goal there. AFC looking just to disrupt the pull play from Phoenix. So they did come down in a little bit of a poach set play with Dave Hochhalter in the deep space, but Phoenix just really confident and smoothly working the disc up the field there. And AFC's just got to be a little bit better. You got to protect the open side. You got to protect that upline cut. And Phoenix taking advantage.
The wind right now blowing at around 9 kilometers an hour with this fancy little gadget we've been provided with. Definitely better than yesterday when I believe the wind was classified as straight bananas as we had sideways rain in some of our matchups. We apologize yesterday for having to shut down the stream, but our equipment was not going to make it through that storm, and we would not be able to provide you with video today or tomorrow if we had not called it yesterday.
Yeah, but definitely excited to bring you an extra game today. We've added in Stella from Ottawa is playing Shippos in the really exciting quarter-final match. So we're really excited to bring you that game.
Turner's pole is going to be fielded by Toth.
Almost
he looks
dropped
Bernard
there
right away. Bernard finds Lindsay. Lindsay lays out, and that's just off his hands. So Phoenix now on the brick line with a chance at another break here. Cantal goes to Cheer. Cheer finds Hallett. No, I'm sorry. Froats. Froats now. Goes to Turner, and a drop by Turner is going to give AFC a chance to get this hold. Looking to dump. Bedard goes up line. It's the backhand break. He finds JR. JR with the easy open side flip to Lindsay. Or, I'm sorry, break throw to Lindsay. JR finds Bedard, back to JR. He goes to young Bedard, who has a wide open Toth in the back of the end zone. So that's a hold AFC. Phoenix had their chance there, but we have no call. Goal.
Yeah, once again, seeing that AFC offensive line turning the disc, but just not phased, ready to play defense right away, creating some pressure, and that one just an unfortunate drop from Carson Turner. And let's talk about Bedard, the young center handler for AFC. He just seems so zoned in right now, hitting really nice shots directly into the chest of his receivers, moving the disc really well, good movement.
We're seeing Toth catch the pole and not even look upfield, just go directly to Bedard.
Yeah. Yeah, when you have a player who's just so locked in like that and playing really well, feed them the disc. And it's pretty cool to see him out there playing so well, and which I guess is probably his first quarterfinal matchup at a CUC championship.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I want to say he is 18, maybe 17.
Wow.
So pretty exciting.
O-line for Phoenix. You see Hill, Ellis, Bevan, Arsenal.
That's a great pull from Hochhalter.
So back line of the end zone, Phoenix on offense here. AFC clamping down. Ring finds Ellis. Ellis goes back to Ring in the middle. And Arsenault, as Phoenix gets it outside of their end zone after a few throws. Ellis. Big backhand to Boucher with a great read and a great hop. So Phoenix unfazed with that crazy pull. Landing at the very back there, able just to patiently work it around. And then with a big huck from Phoenix there, that was a rather quick point.
Yeah, such an amazing pull, floating all the way down into the back middle of the end zone. But Phoenix, once again, totally unfazed. Swinging the disc left to right, horizontally across the field. And then Ellis with a really nice backhand huck to Boucher. And Boucher sort of showing that he's a two-way player. He can handle the disc, he can throw, and then gets tons of separation there on a nice well-timed deep cut.
So we're seeing Toth, Bedard, Lindsay, John Russell. Who else do you see out there? I'm having trouble.
Tyler, looks like Tyler Hochhalter's out there again. Sean Fortosky.
And this Phoenix D-line has a break under their belt matching up here. So Turner calling out those matchups, and he is going to pull for Phoenix. So Toth fields his pull. Once again, eyes for Bedard immediately. Lindsay now. Finds Russell. And he goes to Fortosky, and he airs it out for That catch. Going up early. Number 2, Jordan Vogel. Knowing that was going to be a contested catch, and he was up there for a long time. I didn't think he was coming back down.
Yeah, kind of jumped a little early, but got the disc on the way down, and even with all that pressure from, I think that was Matt O'Brien under the disc, Vogel, great focus, and fantastic athletic catch there.
So this division is brought to you by Explore Edmonton, a partnership between the City of Edmonton and Edmonton Tourism and the Government of Alberta. They've been here at the fields, and we're very personal people, handing out maps, showing all the attractions that you can do in Edmonton. Cliff Bar, our nutritional partner, at this tournament, and we are playing with Discraft discs, which are the official disc of Ultimate Canada. And we are playing this game in our VC showcase field.
Yeah, and just behind us on the Cliff Bar showcase field, just a little update. Looks like Strike from Winnipeg is currently up 5-2 on Blackfish. And we'll try to bring you some score updates as they come in from around the tournament. All the quarterfinals happening today for men's open right now during this time slot.
Spring fields that pole. Doesn't have an immediate option. Ellis comes in from the far side. And Ellis right away jacks a flick hawk, which had a sharp OI edge on it, and that sails out of bound. Intended target could have been Boucher or Hill. The disc is going to come in on the sideline, just about 10 feet up from the end zone line. You can see the observers throwing that little orange sandbag to mark the.
I think that's the first turnover we've seen from the Phoenix O-line. So first chance for Alberta Flatball Club to get this break back.
Alex Ramadan with the disc. He goes to number 45, Dave Hochhalter. Hochhalter. Flick hawk. Some great coverage there by Phoenix. That was a rather floaty huck, and 3 Phoenix players able to get in on Ryan Lacey and break that up.
Yeah, good positioning there by Arsenault, just making it really tough catch for the AFC defender, and then other Phoenix players coming in to help out.
Colick finds Bevan, and Bevan gives it back to Colick. To Ellis in the middle. We're just about at the brick line now. Arsenault looks for Bevan. Thrower initiated. Nice shot by Arsenault. And while Arsenault might have been the intended receiver there, Ellis came in yelling, I got it, and was able to bring that disc in. Now, there's going to be a discussion here. I know Dave Hochhalter is saying, I couldn't have made a defensive bid with you coming in like that. I might make a call. Maybe saying it's a bit dangerous as he's tracking the disc and has another player running right at him. But at the same time, that disc was ahead of both of them, and Ellis had a good read. So that's a tough thing to sort out.
Yeah, Hochhalter was definitely going for the disc there, but a little bit blind. Didn't notice that Ellis was coming in hot from his back shoulder, and actually maybe did notice and sort of held up because worried about contact there on the play. And yeah, I think that's fine just to highlight that there could have been some sort of collision, but I know Greg Ellis had a pretty clean line on the disc there, and both players able to avoid contact, and that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see everyone should be making an effort to avoid contact on the field.
So a hold for Phoenix. The score is 6-5. Phoenix leading.
Yeah, so Phoenix still just up 1 break here. Both teams playing pretty well offensively, pretty clean ultimate, and breaks are going to be at a premium, I think, today. AFC with their one opportunity, saw that huck look from Dave Hochhalter, not able to connect, but I think we'll probably see that anytime the defensive line gets a disc. We'll see Dave looking downfield and trying to make something happen.
Yeah. So Toth was going to feel that pole goes out of bounds. He leaves it for Bedard. AFC really liking that horizontal ecstasy play. Bedard now gets it up the line. And pick called as Lindsay came through traffic there, and his check was running into John Russell. Bedard. Swings to Hochhalter. To Lindsay underneath. Lindsay looks for the reset. Bedard quickly up the line. John Russell. Not in. No signal from the observer. Phoenix saying not in. So John taps it back in. Doesn't like his up line options. And tried to flip it to number 50, Sean Fortuski, but that bounces in and out of his hands. Phoenix on a fast break here. Alzarani finds Cheer. Cheer looks for the reset. It's O'Brien. O'Brien around to Munoz. Munoz, sorry. And his backhand around is caught by number 16, Ryan Wallace, who made a great layout play in keeping those toes just inside the line to keep that disc in. And now there's a call. I didn't see any hand signals. And Phoenix takes a timeout. Probably a good plan coming off of a possible discussion there, and everyone has gotten static. You're just outside of the end zone. The half is almost over. You want to make sure you get this break.
Yeah, I think that's a smart play from Wallace, kind of sensing the situation they're in. They're only up one break in the game, and with a great opportunity to get another one. And just after that catch, I guess he just called timeout right away. So that's a good call. I like the timing of that. And yeah, tough drop there from AFC, working it all the way down, getting it to Fortoski into the end zone, and just not able to complete that catch. And now Phoenix will be about 15 feet from the end zone, starting on the close sideline.
All right, Joel, this is your opportunity to get on the board here. What's Phoenix going to do?
Yeah, I think they're going to swing to the middle right away. Looks like Matt O'Brien setting up in the bail set, so won't be surprised to see O'Brien just burn up line, and then looks like the next Phoenix player there at the front of the stack. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back to get the disc.
Well, let's see what they do. If you're right, you'll be leading our stats of calling these plays with 1 over my 0.
And yeah, Phoenix got kind of a cool offset vertical stack here, leaving lots of space for these two receivers.
So Wallace resets to O'Brien. And backhand break to Munoz. Cheer getting pushed back a little. We're about at the brick mark. O'Brien finds Cantal to Hallett. And that throw, just a missed throw, really.
Missed throw.
Toth airs it out immediately. Big flick hook, full field. And number 86, Tyler Hochhalter. With the great read, the great run. Probably a really smart decision by him, seeing somebody like Seb Toth pick that up and just busting deep immediately.
Yeah, really nice throw from Seb Toth. Right after that turnover, just picking it up, and Tyler's streaking to the end zone, getting lots of separation. Well-executed play there. And, yeah, we saw that bad drop by AFC in one end zone, and then a tough throwaway by Phoenix on the other. And AFC once again able to get the disc back and earn their offensive hold.
The score is 6-6, but the time is 9:04. That means we're 34 minutes into this game. Our half times are enforced at 45 minutes, meaning they take the highest score, add 1, and play that till half. With about 11 minutes to go here until that's enforced, I believe one team will have 7 points by then. So I think it's safe to say that half will be at 8.
Yeah, both teams pretty efficient here on offense, and pretty likely that we'll just have a normal half. And AFC really needs to get another break opportunity here to put the game on serve. Phoenix just leading by 1 break still. Dave Hochhalter with the pull, and important D point for AFC here.
So Ellis fields that, goes to Bevan. And his pass is a little far for number 89, Nick Boucher, who has to lay out and isn't able to reel it in. A hard catch.
Yeah, good effort by Boucher. And
Hochhalter bucking up to that disc, taking his time so his offense can get set. And he elects to go cross field, but Hill is waiting and knocks that down. Bevan. Big backhand to Hill. And Hill able to run that down, get up early before the 2 AFC defenders can catch up. And that huck about 60, 65 yards. Big backhand. So Phoenix holds 7-6. Half will be at 8.
Yeah, not a very good look from Dave Hochhalter there, trying to sort of force one into a cross-field open side throw, and Jeremy Hill was just ready for it the whole time. So tough break for AFC not to be able to take advantage of that opportunity. And these next 2 points, Phoenix looking to take half 8-6, leading 2 breaks, and then AFC, of course, really wanting to get a hold and then hopefully earn their break once the game is tied at 7-7. If they can earn a break going into half, they're going to be in a much better position for the rest of the game.
Just turning around, looking at the Blackfish strike game. General Strike currently with possession of the disc. The score is 6-3 for General Strike. So you see Ellis playing on the D-line for Phoenix here. His pull is going to be fielded by Toth, who, as per usual, centers to Bedard. Phoenix electing to leave the open side handler open and putting that open side poach on so that Toth can get the disc. Perhaps a mistake, as Toth just gets it right back and immediately hucks to Jordan Vogel. AFC opening up the hucks now, Joel. I don't think that strategy of taking away the unders is really paying off anymore.
Yeah, AFC is, I think I sort of mentioned it near the beginning of the game, but they're an aggressive team. They're going to take huck looks when they get them. And Seb Toth, such an experienced player, great thrower as well, and sort of showing that he's sort of one of those players, if he connects on a few, he can sort of catch a bit of fire, and that's something that they're going to want to get a good mark on him. He's a pretty lanky player, and AFC is such a nice goal there to tie up the game. And now they're a really important point here, 7-7. Phoenix will be receiving. AFC is down 1 break, so if they can earn a break here, they're going to be in a good position. They'll be back on serve because Phoenix will be receiving after the half, and Phoenix. Now a bit of pressure on Phoenix here to score this offensive point and take half as well. And, I was just checking out some of the scores from some of our other quarterfinals going on. So 6-3 behind us. General Strike leading Blackfish 6-3. Furious George is up 9-1 over Hound. And Goat from Toronto is up 10-1 on Quake. So those 2 quarterfinal games, the top seeds of the tournament taking advantage And looks like they're going to be comfortably moving over to semis. And from Masters Open Division, sort of an interesting score line here. Queen City Kings currently up 6-3 on Carbon. The first game we streamed of the tournament was Carbon and Queen City, and Carbon won pretty handedly. But
that's interesting.
Yeah, should be an interesting game over there to see. And then Still is the other Masters Open team. They're up 8-4 against Endgame currently at halftime as well.
They're still winning?
They are still winning. It looks like they've been playing really well this tournament and sort of marching towards their finals appearance later today.
So Hochhalter is going to pull. We've got a kind of a mixed bag D-line here from AFC, seeing some players who've been playing offense, like Lindsay out there.
Yeah, bringing Lindsay over, and Vogel as well.
So Hochhalter's pull lands out of bounds, and Ellis is going to leave that for number 7, or just to make the stream happy, Bevan. I'm not doing that again.
Bevan.
All right, Bevan. Goes to Ring. Back to Bevan. He finds Boucher and call. Unfortunately, I didn't see the signal there. But the disc stays with Boucher. Boucher looking for Bevan. Oh, big layout D from Lindsay. Huge in this situation as we're tied. And Vogel. Oh, goes for Lindsay, and that throw is just pushed down a little bit by the wind, or Lindsay had his hands too high, but just an unfortunate drop for him. Foreno with the disc. He goes to Ellis. To Arsenault. Arsenault, big thrower for Phoenix. High count. He finds Bevan. And Bevan rips an OI flick looking for Hill. And Vogel able to put enough pressure on and make Hill go a little bit later before that disc was, well, even if Hill caught that, I think that was going to be out the back.
Yeah, I think Hill was checking out the line there, trying to figure out if he was even able to catch it in bounds, and Vogel just closing the gap. Really nice battle between those two, and what an opportunity for AFC again with the disc.
Ramadan now. He goes around to Lindsay. Lindsay finds Sean Fortowski. Lindsay looking for a reset. Switches to the lefty, up to Hochhalter. Bevan gets the read, gets a hand up, and breaks up that pass. And Bevan immediately looks for Arsenault. And another throw by Bevan that just sails out the back there. The wind picking up a little bit, but it is gusting. Kind of a crosswind, but also left to right on your screen. So we are seeing some discs on this end of the field getting pushed up away from us and also out to the right. Alex Ramadan signaling to the observer that he's going to take a timeout and going to have some rules, as Brian Ring thought he could force Alex Ramadan to take that timeout in the middle of the end zone. But I believe Ramadan was just letting the observer know, I'm going to call it when I get there. I'm not calling it now.
And Ramadan giving Bryce a little tap there.
I'd like to see that sort of gamesmanship, especially when players know each other and that sort of thing. And, you know, sometimes in games like this, it's the quarterfinal. You're tied, you know. This is the rematch from finals last year. I don't know if I seriously stick with that call. I might.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the official rule is as you're running up the disc. If you signal a timeout, if that means you have to leave the disc where you signaled. But I think Ramadan just trying to tell everyone, hey, I'm going to call a timeout, so let's just bring it to the line here. And Bevan, two miscues on Hucks. I don't think it's really the right time to be taking hard cross-field Huck looks like that. 7-7 game, giving AFC another chance here. This is the third opportunity for AFC to earn a break, to take half. And Phoenix currently up 1 break, so really important point here. And we've seen some great plays from both teams, and yeah, this is awesome. Awesome ultimate.
So Ramadan is going to set up with the disc. Lindsay is going to set up as the immediate dump handler, and Sean Fertoski, someone on the stream should correct me on that. Fertoski's setting up on the edge there. And the Cutters setting up in a horizontal set about 15 yards away.
Ellis and Arsenault sort of splitting up here and playing a little bit of a poach on those far 2 Cutters.
See a tree play, a reverse tree to Hochhalter. And he immediately puts up a big backhand looking for Vogel. Vogel goes early, a little too early, and Boucher comes down with it.
Yeah, nice D from Boucher there.
Foreno. He goes around to Boucher. Looking for options. Gives it to Ring. Ellis in the middle. A lot of Phoenix players without a mark as AFC is playing this poachy D. That Huck too low. And Hochhalter and Fertoski are in the area. Fertoski knocks it down.
Yeah, just a line drive there from Boucher, not able to get the right edge on the disc.
Hochhalter. And there's a call downfield.
AFC now with their 4th opportunity to get the break back and put the game back on serve.
Lindsay. Looking for Ramadan. That throw is inside, but Ramadan gets a handout and immediately jacks a backhand to Vogel. And AFC with a big point, taking half.
Yeah, what a nice throw from Ramadan. And once again, AFC just not afraid to throw throw deep pucks.
Yeah, maybe we saw them a little tentative there in the first few points. First maybe 4 or 5 points of the game, only looking for unders, and Phoenix was clamping down. But now AFC just opening it up.
Yeah, and Phoenix with an opportunity to take half 8-6. But AFC able to get the disc back, get their offensive hold, and then battle through that point to earn another break.
So we're going to take a little bit of a break here, but just before we do that, turning around, it looks like halftime in the Blackfish and General Strike game is also underway. General Strike leading that game 8-5. And we'll be back with you in just a few minutes. And we're back. Hello, everybody. My name's Clay Howlett. I'm joined here with Joel Bellavance calling the Open quarterfinal presented to you by Explore Edmonton on our VCE Showcase field at the Ivor Dent Sports Complex in Edmonton, Alberta at the 2019 Canadian Ultimate Championships. This matchup, a tight one between Edmonton's AFC, Edmonton? I believe Edmonton. And Ottawa's Phoenix. A rematch of the finals from last year. AFC scoring the point to take us to half, leading 8-7. And they just pulled to Phoenix. And we've seen guys like Ellis right now with the disc making a big difference. But that throw is a little too short. And AFC with the catch block. Montez finds Hochhalter. And that quick break by AFC, brought to you by number 1, Luke Nealon on AFC. Just seeing that quick pass and grabbing that fast, and AFC went on a quick run after that to get that break. That was a fast point. I barely got through the sponsors before we had a goal there.
And, I was just about to talk about how the game was only one break per team, but AFC able to get a second break there, and that's definitely not how Phoenix wanted to start at the half. Phoenix was up in this game 7. Yeah, they were up 7-6 with the chance to break. So it looks like AFC has been on a bit of a run here, on a 3-0 run.
I'll just take time to mention that on AFC here, we do have a few family members. So if you're hearing the name Hochhalter to Hochhalter to Bedard, that is true. The Hochhalter brothers playing, and the Bedard pair, father and son, playing in this game. Just behind us, the General Strike and Blackfish game is taking place on the other side of the quarterfinals. General Strike leading that game 9-5. Furious is playing Hound, and Goat is playing Quake. I don't have the current scores on that, but both Goat and Furious were up on their respective opponents. Ellis now. And the disc moves out to Boucher. Boucher looking for the backhand huck. It's not there. He goes to Colic. 4-0 had his guy, but Colic had already turned around and looked for the around. And Boucher's throw is just a little too low. So Ramadan takes his time up to the disc to let AFC set up in their offense. Looking for Montez. Small gainer to Montez. Montez likes Ryan Lacey's move and rewards him with that leading flick. And Lacey able to get up early over his defender. And that's another break for AFC.
Yeah, honestly, the wheels just kind of coming off here for Phoenix all of a sudden. They're in great position and in control of the game, and now AFC has just gone on a 4-0 run, a 2-0 run to take half, and then another 2 breaks right out of half. And we'll see how this Phoenix team responds.
10-7, AFC.
Yeah, Phoenix going to call a timeout here.
Unsurprisingly.
Good time just to settle things down. This is a really important offensive hold to get here. Yeah, just a few, looking back over those last couple Phoenix offensive points and even defensive points, just kind of miscues and then a few execution errors, and AFC capitalizing and playing really well. AFC just so aggressive, attacking the end zone. And, great plays by Nealon, Lacey.
The wind right now, an average of about 10 kilometers an hour. We have a anemometer provided to us by our competition director, Andrew Batch. Batch gives us a little machine, and we can tell you exactly what the wind is right now. It's definitely not conditions like yesterday. The wind is blowing kind of out and away to my right, or your right on the screen. We've seen a few hucks pushed to that far sideline and out the back of our right end zone here. But both teams having no problem scoring in the other direction, as the wind is not really kind of keeping this game on one side of the field, not strong enough to do that, but strong enough to make that far side of the field a little bit more difficult to connect on.
Mm-hmm. And just an update here from the other games. Furious George leading Hound 11-3 in their quarterfinal, and Goat leading Quake 14-6. And from our Masters Open division, we got Queen City Kings up 8-5 over Carbon and still winning 11-5 over Endgame right now.
Hochhalter's pull is caught by Ellis, who centers to Bevan. Kind of a zone look here from AFC for that first pass. Ooh. And Michael Elliott unable to make that defensive play. So Phoenix able to keep the disc here. Ring now. Has Arsenault. Arsenault. IO break to Colic, but that bounces in and out of his hands. And Hochhalter immediately goes for the backhand huck to Elliott. And Elliott's so fast. And a great throw by Hochhalter. Crossfield backhand in the front corner. Phoenix never had a shot on that one. And that's another break for AFC. Demoralizing if you're Phoenix after taking a timeout and then just having the disc pop out of a receiver's hands like that and immediately scored on.
Yeah, Kolick just, I think he was kind of thinking about that next throw a little bit too early and not able to secure the catch. And then AFC, once again, hyper-aggressive, taking their shots. We saw them miss on a few hucks earlier in the day and sort of missing their break opportunities, and now they're connecting on them. And that's definitely strategically, if you saw AFC play last year in the finals or previous years, Dave Hochhalter has generally been playing on their offensive line, and I really like seeing that switch for him to be on the defensive line, because it's such a threat now whenever a team turns a disc over against AFC, you've got Hochhalter looking to shoot deep, and some really great receivers from AFC are just attacking the end zone in nice straight lines. And yeah, wow, in Phoenix, this game sort of just slipping away from them here. Down 11-7 now, and they desperately need an offensive hold.
So Landon Lavoie is going to pull. Kind of a standard O-line from Phoenix out there. Boucher finds Bevan to Ellis. Boucher able to make a nice move up the line. He'll immediately huck to Hill. And Hill's going to call a foul. We've seen quite a battle between Hill and Vogel today. Always matched up against each other.
Yeah, two really athletic receivers battling it out there. Not sure exactly what happened there, but it seemed like Vogel had the inside position and Hill was trying to reach around, but of course we can't really see exactly what's happening. So players,
sure we can. We're always right up here.
Yeah, players are just going to discuss this one, and perhaps they'll ask the observer for their opinion.
Observer ruling no foul, so that will be a turnover. How the rules work, Vogel has to tap the ground to signal that the play is now live, even if he elects not to pick up the disc. Instead, Alex Ramadan will start jogging back. Ring on him. I hated playing against Ramadan when he has the disc. Quite deadly. Makes some great throws. Some good fakes.
Yeah, Ramadan's been playing for a long time now. Lots of experience playing various Worlds tournaments and playing with GOAT. Tyler with the disc.
Montez. Gets the backhand around. It floats up, and Boucher is there to collect. And a foul called on...
I think Montez might be calling a foul on the throw.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That was kind of late. Well, I'm not sure if the call was late, but lots of stuff happened before we heard about it.
Yeah, and those marking fouls are so tough as players and observers, and it's really hard to know when you hit their hand, if it was before the release or just after the release, and won't be surprised to see this one come back. Yeah.
So the count's going to come in on 6. So AFC possession, Montez with the disc. And a violation call. Someone was moving too early.
And AFC looking to really put a stranglehold on this game.
So Montez able to get that to Lacey quickly. Lacey with the around to Ramadan. Close side now on the sideline. He has Christensen, who just made AFC this year. He goes back to Ramadan. To Lacey. And Lacey goes for the backhand huck, but fouled by Hill. You could hear that on the field. If you were here, there's a big smack, and Lacey holding his hand, even calling an injury. That Hill making that attempt as Hill, I think, sort of saw how AFC was really attacking the break side there, and lunged in for that block, but caught Lacey's hand.
Dave Hochhalter now coming in for AFC. Yeah, Jeremy just selling out to try to get a block on that huck.
Montez layout, reels in that pass, which the wind was just sort of slowing down, and his around. Bevan expecting it.
Yeah, nice foot block by Bevan there.
And Bevan with the boot. Ellis now. Back to Bevan. And he floats it up for Ellis, goes up early. Back to Bevan. That disc movement is just too much for AFC as Bevan and Ellis take over with the give goes and get that point done. So an important point for Phoenix. They really needed a hold after getting broken several times in a row.
Yeah, finally stops the bleeding. Able to get their first point of the second half of the game. And now even really important is going to be this next point. I won't be surprised to see Phoenix get some move over some offensive players at Boucher. Looks like Boucher is going to take the field as well. And they need to start getting some breaks, and then we'll see this AFC O-line that hasn't played this half. They played the first point of the half to get their Phoenix started on offense. So this is, first point by the AFC O-line.
So we've got Bedard and Bedard and Fortowski, Lindsay, John Russell, Seb Toth. Who's the sixth in line there?
Tyler Hochhalter.
Taylor Hochhalter, yeah. And another Hochhalter, yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty much always a Hochhalter out on the field for AFC.
Boucher's pull. It's going to float, giving Phoenix plenty of time to get down there. You see Cantal running down that pole. Unfortunately, it goes out of bounds. Cantal we saw on the stream earlier this week with a huge rundown on a pole, layout block, forcing a immediate turnover against Blackfish. Too bad we gave all the credit to someone else, but recognizing him now as high-effort player. Bedard now goes around to Lindsay. Lindsay looking for JR. JR's defender sort of slipped up. Fortowski. Centers to Bedard. Bedard didn't have any options, goes back to Toth. Toth has Big Daddy Bedard in the middle. And there's a foul call.
Yeah, it looks like between Lindsay and
Boucher. They work it out. Handshake. Bedard's going to keep it. Father to son. And Bedard, high stall count, elects for the hammer. A little too low for Toth to get that. Toth made a great layout, good effort, but that throw's just a little too low for him to really have a chance. Boucher hustles back. He's going to pick that up. Slows down, I think, just to let Phoenix chill out here and take their time with their offense. And he has O'Brien left open in the back. Back to Boucher. Boucher wants that huck, but probably smart to take the easy shot to Cantal. Up the middle to Cheer. And Cheer looking for the huck for Hallett, but that throw just floated up in the air. Lots of traffic, and sometimes, unsurprisingly in these situations, we have a foul call.
Yeah, floaty huck, just hanging up in the wind and multiple players getting underneath it. JR and sort of just like a spacing battle, but looks like he's going to accept the foul call.
Turner to Cheer. Cheer looking for an up the line cut. Has Turner again, pouring on the wheels. Turner goes around.
Nice catch by Matt.
Yeah, they're going to take their time there just because I think the contact just shook up O'Brien there a little bit. Fortowski with that attempt at that layout D. But great catch by O'Brien.
Yeah, good focus.
He goes around to Boucher. Boucher flips it to Cheer. And Cheer fields that bobble and finds number 71, Khaled Al-Zarani. And that is a break for Phoenix, keeping them in this game.
Yeah, they finally got that offensive hold, and then exactly what they needed was a break there to sort of try to close the gap. 11-9 now, and AFC electing to take a timeout.
Currently in the General Strike Blackfish game, just right behind us here. General Strike is just about to pull to Blackfish. Strike currently leads Blackfish 12-7. Unfortunately, we can't see the Furious or Goat games. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I got the scores here, Clay. So Furious George winning 15-3 over Hound, and Goat winning 15-6 over Quake. So both Furious George and Goat, as sort of expected, will be moving on to the semifinals of the Canadian Ultimate Championships.
Are you able to bring up the bracket for the next round in our semis here?
Yeah, I believe Goat is going to be playing the winner of Strike and Blackfish, we'll have to double check that just to make sure. But
well, our viewers out there, you obviously have the internet.
Yeah, I think
go to the CUC Ultimate 2019 tournament page. You can see live updates on scores, and you can download the brackets and see them at any time. And if you're tuning in, then you probably have once before yourself kind of filled in the brackets and imagined what they'll end up looking like.
Yeah, I believe the winner of this game will be playing against Furious George in the semifinals. And then behind us, the winner of Strike and Blackfish. Strike with a 5-point lead right now, looking to will be facing off against Goat in the other semifinal.
So O-line for AFC: Toth, Russell, Vogel, Lindsay, Hochhalter.
Two Hochhalters now.
Yeah, two Hochhalters. And Bedard.
Yeah, taking that time out, making a little bit of a change, adding Dave over to their offensive line, and AFC up 2 and receiving, so they're pretty happy with their position. And then we see Boucher staying on, so basically that Phoenix D line is just going to play again and try to get one more. Nice pull by Boucher that might just hit inbounds there.
Oh, and it goes off Toth and out the back, so Toth will take that from the back line. He flips it to Bedard. Toth in the center of the end zone finds Hochhalter. And Hochhalter finds it around to Bedard. AFC able to get out of that terrifying situation. Bedard elects not to huck to Lindsay. Instead centers to Russell, who goes to Hochhalter. Hochhalter, an absolute threat when he has the disc. Toth now. And Hochhalter with a nifty move, but Turner reads that and is able to go and get the catch block. And he quickly punches it in to Alzarani. That is a break, another break for Phoenix. We are now within one at 11-10, AFC leading.
Yeah, nice heads-up D from Turner. He's was guarding JR over on the far side there and noticed that upline throw was coming and able to just intercept it. And nice throw into the end zone. And Phoenix was in such a dire position there at 11-7, but they were able to get the hold. And now 2 breaks in a row, and yeah, we're right back into this game.
Phoenix has put those wheels back on.
They put the wheels back on. Took them a little bit longer than they would have liked, but really nice to see a team just battle and fight back. Yeah, what a cool battle between these two teams. Played each other in the finals last year, and
Phoenix coming out on top on that one.
Yeah, AFC looking to get a bit of a revenge and move on to the semifinals, and then Phoenix, yeah, they also want to get to that semifinal game. So really good to see this high-level competition between these two teams, and so many great athletes out here playing really well. And, yeah, I think we got a really exciting game in our hands. And yeah, we haven't seen too much zone defense. The wind just sort of hovering around 15 kilometers an hour. So it's really just been a battle, person-to-person defense.
Yeah, the wind blowing across from our backs across the field away from us.
And we got 3 offensive players from Phoenix now moving over to that D-line. Bryce Ring, Ellis, and Arsenault.
AFC sets up good old Air Canada play. Split sack, horizontal play. And
Great.
Vogel airs it out for JR. And that throw is just a little too far. The play executed quite well. That was a textbook Air Canada, but that throw is just too hot.
Yeah, a bit too hot from Vogel. And now Phoenix with a chance to tie the game.
Ring. Goes around to Froats, but he bobbles it. AFC now on the doorstep. Bedard's going to pick that up. He runs over to the disc, but slows down a bit. Finds JR. And JR with the awkward fall down rollover spike. But a spike's a spike, I suppose.
Nice play. Nice catch by JR. And Bedard just playing so great out there. Tough break for Phoenix. Had an opportunity to tie the game, but yeah, unfortunate drop there by Froats. But
So
Phoenix still in it, going to be receiving here, down 12-10.
Now this game began at 8:30. The time I have now is now 9:45. That's 75 minutes into our slot, meaning 10 minutes until hard cap. All rounds, except for finals, follow the same cap rule, and that is at 85 minutes, the horn will go, and you finish the point. If that point ends in a tie, it does force one more universe next point win scenario. But otherwise, you always just finish the point, and the game is over. In finals, two which you'll see tonight are Open Masters and Women's Masters. Do not have hard caps. They have soft caps, adding 2 to the highest score, and then the game is just played out until one team gets to that point with no hard cap. Ring to Bevan. Vertical stack set by Phoenix. And Ellis looking for Colic off the back. Colic with the Jets. Phoenix keeping this within one. A quick set vertical play by Phoenix there. Great throw.
Yeah, that's just That's kind of just like poor defensive effort from AFC. I'm not sure if it was a blown assignment or not, but they left Greg Ellis wide open on the side of the field, and Greg has already connected on a few backhand hucks from that side and ready to do it again, finding Kullock. Kullock, nice cut just to get a bit of separation off his defender and complete the catch. And Phoenix is hanging around. They're keeping this game tight, 12-11. They're going to be pulling the disc to AFC, and we're about 9 minutes from hard cap. And Phoenix has got that kind of the same D-line that's been working really well this second half. Turner, Matt O'Brien, Boucher. Got John Hallett out there.
Elzerani with 2 points in this game. Both on D. No surprise to see him out there then right now. Boucher. His pull is fielded by Hochhalter. And he looks to go to Bernard, but once again we see Cantal just coming down hot. But Bernard makes a good move to go up the line. Fortoski was going to Hallett, but that's bobbled. And Boucher makes a move, and I think just a little bit of contact with Hochhalter there. He calls the foul on.
Yeah, tough drop by Hochhalter there, just right through his hands. Phoenix now 15 feet away from a break to tie the game.
Boucher and O'Brien doing some give-go. See the roll there by AFC with the switch. Lindsay goes for the layout D on Cheer, but Cheer able to reel that in. Cheer looking for options. And after some dancing, Boucher is able to fool his defender and get himself up the line in the end zone for that easy dish from Cheer. Tie game. Our cap is in 6 minutes.
Yeah, 12-12. What a battle. What a great... Such a clean half from both teams. Just making it through the first half basically on serve. And then now both teams kind of going on their own little runs. And it's a phrase we hear in Ultimate a lot. It is a game of runs. And now Phoenix going on their own little run to tie the game 12-12. Starting on defense here, pulling to AFC.
Just turning around. The Strike Blackfish game. Strike with 13, Blackfish with 9. Blackfish currently in possession of the disc at about half field. So Blackfish going to find it hard pressed to catch up with the cap in 6 minutes. They're going to have to score quickly.
Yes.
And they've turned it over.
Strike looks like
and
they're
Strike called the timeout.
Timeout call. That's gonna bring them pretty close to the hard cap. So it looks like Strike's gonna be taking care of that quarterfinal game against Blackfish. And here we go, 12-12. Phoenix pulling. A few minutes away from hard cap.
Boucher again with the pull.
Another nice pull from Boucher.
Big OI backhand. Toth fields that. Goes to Bedard. Bedard looking for options. He goes back to Toth. Toth looking to Hochhalter. Hochhalter, center of his end zone, finds Fortoski, who finds the other Hochhalter. Lindsay now. Had Fortoski going deep, but Phoenix with a good switch to stop that. Hochhalter now. He airs it out for his brother. And who makes a great catch, sort of sliding as that came down. And while
I think there might be a call here back.
While Tyler thought he had it, you can see Boucher discussing with Dave Hochhalter that there's no way Tyler caught that. So after Hochhalter put that up, it looked like Boucher turned around right away and just knew that that throw was going into the end zone and just watch the play, and you can see Boucher has ran up to talk to Tyler Hochhalter and say, you did not catch that. You bobbled that off the ground. So,
yeah, and just a note, like for Ultimate players and fans, you know, it's really all about best perspective. I know Boucher is looking sort of straight down the line, but he's pretty far away from the catch. I won't be surprised. He can definitely make that call if he wants, but you know, Tyler's definitely able to go to the observer if he wants. But
yeah.
It looks
so that's contested. A contested disc down call. So that means it will go back to Dave Hochhalter's possession.
about 3 minutes away from hard cap.
Bedard on the sideline. Parallel with the brick. Finds Hochhalter up the line. Who gets a quick backhand break to Vogel. 13-12 AFC. So with our cap imminent, Phoenix can score this goal and bring the game to Universe. Next point win scenario. Or if AFC gets this goal, that will, I think, seal the deal with that 2-point lead. When that cap comes on, you just finish the point. So I would say a do-or-die situation here for Phoenix.
Yeah, this is an offensive hold that they have to push in. We're 2 minutes away from a hard cap, so if Phoenix scores, we'll be tied 13 AFC receiving on Universe points, and then AFC basically with a chance to win the game here. If they do force a turnover and then score, it'll probably happen within cap time.
Yeah. Now, I don't think AFC has taken a timeout, or they still have one left. No real sense in calling it right now. It won't change the result of the game with the time we are right now. Perhaps you save that if Phoenix does tie it up and you want to use it on Universe point. That you still can call timeouts in these rounds after that horn has gone for the hard cap, as you started the point before the cap. So, perhaps just smart to hold on to it. So that pull, a little bit of a roller. Ring picks it up, finds Bevan. Bevan's in the center of his own end zone. Vertical stack offense by Phoenix. He goes around to Ring. Ring back to Bevan. Bevan has Ellis on the break side. Ellis to Boucher. Boucher finds Polino. He has Hill. Hill looking for Boucher. Doesn't have it. Goes back to him. Boucher now. Forced back. Ring, 5 yards outside of his end zone. Has a wide open Ellis on the swing. Ellis is going to rip it. Colic had a lot of steps there. Phoenix on the doorstep and pitches it to Hill. And our cap there it is. There's the horn. So we are at 13-13. Universe point alert, everybody. Next point wins. A crowd has formed around the field.
Yeah, what a great battle we've been able to see today. 13-13, hard cap, that's Universe point.
And there you see a timeout call. I mean, why not?
Why not? AFC, just make sure you're able to get a bit more rest so you can get the exact 7 players you want out there on your Universe point line, and Phoenix will be able to do the same. And yeah, this is so great. What a battle here between these two teams. Kudos to Phoenix for fighting back and putting themselves in this position, pulling on defense with a chance to win on Universe.
Joel, do you know the score in the final last year?
I'm not sure. I want to say it was like 15-12, maybe, or 15-13. I think it was a pretty close battle, and both these teams sort of bringing back similar squads this year, but also definitely adding some players on both sides. And some notable departures as well. Carl Loiseau was playing for Phoenix last year, and he's not playing Club Ultimate this summer. But yeah, these two teams really playing high-level ultimate right now.
And I'm just facing the other way right now. General Strike just pitched a flick huck deep. Good athletic layout catch. So Strike scores their 15th point to defeat Blackfish 15-10. So Strike will be moving on to our next round.
Yeah, Winnipeg General Strike be making semis. They're very often a semis contending team, and they'll be looking to bring a good game against Goat in the semifinal. And the winner of this game will be facing off against Furious George later today in the other open semifinal.
All right.
This is it.
So edge of my seat here. This is going to be an exciting point, I hope.
Crowd is just a little quiet now with anticipation.
Boucher's pull is going to be fielded by Toth.
Another good pull from Boucher, hitting that back corner once again.
He'll go to Bernard. He's about the center of his end zone. He flips it around to Hochhalter. Hochhalter flick huck immediately to Vogel. Vogel turns on the Jets. Arsenault not able to make that up. That bid, Arsenault kind of making that late. I don't think, it was an athletic layout, but that's going to be marked as a dangerous play. And whoa, with the yellow, Arsenault gets the PMF, and those ones follow you. So
Vogel giving him a high five. I think, that's both players thinking that they had a good play on the disc, and Vogel sort of cutting his line late, and unfortunate contact, but play moves on.
Vogel now. Looking for Bernard. High stall count. Vogel has to put it up for Hochhalter to collect. Boucher was in the area. And Hochhalter with a quick timeout, a clever call there after a loss like that in yardage when you're right on the doorstep. Smart to call a timeout so that you can set up an offensive play here that's set and close by in the red zone.
Yeah. AFC about 20 yards out. Disc on the sideline. Dave will be picking up. And, Dave just sort of showing no fear. Universe Point quarterfinals, and likes his matchup with Vogel and Arsenault, and, hits a nice huck. Phoenix, all they can do is play their best defense here. And Hochhalter, Bedard, Toth, we're going to see them in the backfield. Those three are tough to shut down.
Wind picking up a little bit.
Greg Ellis will be on the mark. I like the matchup here with Bedard, and that's 88 Kyle Cantel.
Yeah, speed on speed. Fortowski looking for Lindsay with the IO break. Lindsay with that fake gets cheer moving. Lindsay now looking for options. High stall count, Scoobers over the top, high traffic. What are the odds there's a call, Joel?
Yeah, about 6 players under that disc. And, no one came up with the disc, but definitely quite a bit of contact down there. Hard to see what really happened, but I think Bedard thought he had a pretty clean, straight-up line at the disc, and a few players coming in horizontally, sort of taking him out. But, yeah, those are just such... Whenever there's a really high stall throw or sort of a floaty throw, you see so many players get underneath the disc, and it's kind of hard to determine, like, who's got the best positioning and who's hitting who. Was it your own teammate or the other teammate?
Yeah.
But we'll be interested to see how this one unfolds.
So the discussion continuing. The committee there in the end zone.
Yeah, and good end zone D from Phoenix, just able to shut down every option. Lindsley having to go with that stall, probably a stall 8, stall 9 Scoober. And we've got lots of other teams finishing their quarterfinals, coming over to watch this one.
Observer rule, no foul.
Yeah, I think in those situations it's...
Oh, and the committee... No, okay, so Boucher taps the ground, signals the game is live. He'll pick up the disc and bring it up to the line. Arsenault going deep. Boucher not looking for it. Goes around.
Turned it.
To O'Brien, but that disc is pushed down into the ground before O'Brien can get his hands on it. So Bernard strolls over. He's going to pick up the disc with Cantel on him. Hochhalter makes a move, gets it in the middle. He's looking to punch it in. Finds Lindsay right on the doorstep. And over to Fartoski. Game over. AFC wins on Universe, defeating Phoenix. That game going all the way to the cap. And Universe point. What a fantastic ultimate game.
Wow, such great action. Congratulations to Alberta Flatball Club for pulling that one out, and kudos to Phoenix for just battling. They had a tough start to the half, but really battled and put themselves in such a great position, and even had the disc there in Universe points. And congratulations to AFC. They'll be facing off against Furious George later today.
So following this, our next round, the stream will be on the next round, so stay tuned, stick around. We will be featuring a matchup between a Vancouver team, Sneaky House Hippos, which are definitely a pest problem, as the commercials tell us, versus the team from
Stella,
yes, Ottawa, Stella. Who were featured on the stream earlier this week when they played Fusion, and I believe defeated Fusion on Universe.
I'm not sure, actually.
I might have that backwards. But anyway, we're going to take a small break, and then we'll be back for your women's division matchup in the quarterfinal, brought to you by VC. So stay tuned.